Hey, so basically, it becomes a situation where truth, proof, evidence, and everything is not enough. You feel me? It's considered not enough, like pretty much. And I'm like, at that point, what more can you do? The harassment, the stalking, sabotaging of my life still continues 3 years after the structures was all notified and everything still happening. Consistently, you got these influential figures I don't fool with, they're lying on me, and I already explained why they was lying on you. There ain't no question why, if they lying on me, but it's a part of this long-standing racial hate crime, man, involving injustices, and they're doing that to aid, they're all on the same team, these influentials, influential figures that, they conspire and collude with these, like with injustices and Antichrist. It's the Antichrist Baphomet. That's the whole thing. And so whatever, they're saying or whatever they did or doing is all in the interest of, the Antichrist Baphomet. And they're working together to accomplish that result. A person don't have no record, nothing like that. Just extremely talented and blessed by God. And so, they have this operation that's been active for a long time to destroy a person's life, and everything about them, and this conspiracy to commit murder, through negligence, the structures are actively coercing me, said two influential figures that I have already have a witness and testimony against by not, rendering them, unable or to restrain them from my life, like, in spite of me presenting to the structures, witness of my testimony, evidence of people who already have attempted murders and things against my life. Entities and stuff, but the structure is still allowing them to have, and it was wrongfully attack on my life, and the structure is still allowing them to have access to me, so it's racketeering, negligence and coercion. All is an active crime situation that the structures are actively involved in, and there's nobody that's doing anything about it, I learned that, you could press charges, you could sue on other people's behalf. They still haven't, nobody out of all the people in this whole country, not one person have ever, like sued or press charges at my, on my behalf and things like that. But I noticed that was possible. I didn't know that was possible. So that raises some other questions, because it's like that's possible and nobody cared about a servant of the Lord. I know certainly they can't ever think they're on the gods, after something like this. And so that's the real situation, man. It's just an egregious, ridiculous situation. A massive hate crime, racial injustice, long-standing, and that's why these people were lying. They're trying to help that long-standing conspiracy or that long-standing crime that already been pre-existing and premeditated. So all the jokes and the things that people say about me that's not true or falsely accusing me of things, they're just aiding in a racial hate crime. You know what I'm saying? Against jealousy of persons having extraordinary literary talent. It's jealousy. You know what I'm saying? And it's one that just continue to compound every year, all the way up to this very moment. So I still get covert attacks, stealth attacks whenever I perceive to be vulnerable. Now the whole country people trying to help, I guess, I don't know. But it's strange to me how it ever, snowballed and got to this point in the first place. I'm still getting that, same type of harassment, my life sabotaged. They constantly stalking me under false pretenses. I presented witness to the story. I did everything possible to get justice for myself. Proof, evidence, truth, testimony, everything is not enough. Then what else do you do? They're not recognizing none of the crime, that certain people were involved in by still allowing them to still be able to do the same crime. That was already reported years ago. And then, I'm an eyewitness of my testimony as well. So, it's a couple questions, But yeah, it's an active crime situation still going on, regardless of titles or whatever. My life is still under attack, being sabotaged by the envious. And, it ain't really no formal place or noun, that's in the physical world here or in this country or society that's in place, to prevent them from stalking and destroying and sabotaging my life any further than what they already did. And that's just confirmation that they are guilty. You know what I'm saying? They're saying the proof and everything is not enough. What else do you do? What else can you do? So, I mean, what I know is reality. So they're lying on me, all that. The time go come though, man. God, the time go come, man. I just say, God, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. Father, forgive them because they know not what they do. Well, they definitely wouldn't be doing this. But, be that as it may, still the case, man, is on my life. And they, when you've been going through it for so long, violent harassments and violent stalkings and, these things, it's like, would it still happening at this point in spite of all the structures and people being made aware of it? And then if you sat there and witnessed how things were staged and made into the position to where some people could use things and say, maybe they not acting because they're afraid of some other reason. Well, when I watched that from the beginning and saw how they actively were conspiring to make certain results play out in order just so they can use certain excuses not to help me when the time came for it. I'm an eyewitness of it all, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why is there nobody there? And you got these influential figures, man, that done used me, lied on me, slandered me, tried to come up from me, got rich off me. And in order to keep having to pay me and things like that, then they want me. It's things I already been saying in the last recording, but nothing changing, And that's been the situation. My testimony was not hidden, you know what I'm saying? On Instagram, all these years it was not hidden. I made sure it wasn't. It was viral. People just was ignoring it, man. Antichrist, you feel me? So, after whatever happened to me, 100% certain that America can't be under God anymore. Just look at this situation. It's my happiness there after I learned. It's not my mammon, it's my happiness. Because I never had money in my life. I never had money. I never. And so I learned it's my happiness that they're after. Anything that makes me happy, then they try to find a way to restrict and just like squeeze it to death like a python, python spirit. Squeeze the life out of everything that makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know they're anti-God. But yeah, like I said, I don't be knowing them people, man. Them slandering influential figures and all them. They just lying to help these. They help with injustice. It be cults, man, satanic cults. They join together against, the remnant of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Which means they're anti the Lord, because it takes them to bless with the Holy Spirit in order to do that in the first place. And that's the one unforgivable sin. So somebody blessed with the Holy Spirit ain't like them rejecting God. God rejected them. So they can't be Christian if they wanted to. So they Antichrist. Either way. You know what I'm saying? So they blessed with the Holy Spirit to do this to me. They cost their own spiritual life. They think it's worth it. Hell is a long time. Eternity is a long time, Enjoy, though. Enjoy. I hope it's worth it. I really do. And so, same crime, different day. I'm not interested in no kind of connection, mutual friendships or nothing that's going to require me to jeopardize my peace of mind and what makes me happy and what gives me peace and what gives me joy, I don't want no kind of connections, friendships, or nothing that would require that. That's a setup. Especially with everything I've already disclosed, But I just want the truth to be made manifest and known, though. Nonetheless, I stay with the Lord, who I trust, in spite of you, Antichrist beast. Your day will come. It's in the Bible. Nonetheless, Jesus is Lord.